I'm Barbara. Welcome to Mess to Yes. Bar carts are huge. They're everywhere. I was flipping through a home design magazine and I saw 3 in a row beautiful gold carts ranging from $1,700 to $690 something. And I thought, I can make that for less than $52. And I knew for sure I could when I ran across this cart for $19.99 at Goodwill. Now, I'm showing you this because I have also seen many other carts like this on Craigslist. Just look around, you'll be able to find something. These are perfect for today's home. They're flexible, you don't need a big buffet in your dining room, a special room for a bar. You can roll this up to the area where you're serving, put appetizers on it, even put it next to your table with like a Caesar salad or something. It's just a great piece to have in your home, super flexible. So, since I was inspired by those gold carts in the Home Decor magazine, I'm going to make a gold cart. I'm going to spray paint the entire thing in my favorite little gray primer that you see here on the top. And then I'm going to use the Design Master Gold Metallic on the entire thing. Then, this one, I was lucky enough that this one comes with a piece of glass that fits into the top. So I can do an interesting technique under that and not worry about it having to stand up to water or wear and tear. So I'm going to do a tricky thing with some wood craft sticks. I'm using the tongue depressor size. And I'm actually going to cut them down to look kind of like finger size tiles. And I am going to paint them in a random array of gold, silver, and bronze. And then I'm going to mix them on here. They will be shiny already. And then when I put the glass on top of them, you're not going to be able to tell that they're not glass tiles. So I've been playing with this. This is why you see the primer on top, playing with different techniques. And you can see how these are laid out in a brick kind of subway style pattern. So this is covered with gray primer, and then I'm going to come in with my Design Master Gold and cover the entire thing. Then I'm going to use these tongue depressors in a subway style layout. They're going to be offset, and I don't care if they're cut imperfectly because the lines are going to become part of the design. I actually just cut these with a pair of scissors, cut the ends off. You can do that if you have a lot of time and you want to watch some reality TV, catch up on your DVR. But I think the easiest way is going to be to use some tape, bundle them together, and put the tape where you want to cut them off and just use them in your saw if you have a chop saw. So I'm actually just going to cut these in 2 places and make a whole bunch of these bundles and lay them out on here. I think it's going to be beautiful, and I am going to get started. So I have painted my tea cart and added the popsicle stick mosaics to the top. I did end up doing it a little differently than I originally thought, which, by the way, sometimes is the case, but I'm always going to tell you exactly how I did it. I tried the Design Master Gold spraying the entire thing. A, I didn't love the spraying because it's so hard to get all the angles and it was dripping weirdly, and B, it was just too shiny gold. I wanted a softer, prettier, more champagne gold. So what I did is a technique that I've used before. This is just a Glidden paint from Home Depot. It's golden brown, 18345. And it's a yellowy brown. I painted the entire thing that color. Then I went over the top of it with the Martha Stewart metallic paint. If I had just done this, it would have taken a million coats and it wouldn't have looked as rich. This is very transparent. So you have to give it a nice base to look pretty and golden on. So that's how I got the gold color. Then the top, I just did a pretty blue aqua. Now the other thing that I did is I decided that putting these in the chop saw could possibly require a trip to the emergency room. I didn't like how close my fingers felt to the saw blades. So instead of doing that, I just watched a back episode of one of my favorite TV shows and cut these with a pair of scissors. I simply cut the ends off. It's not that hard. Only thing you have to do is put them someplace where they're not going to scatter all over like they're doing right now. Then I cut them in half again. Now I don't want them to be so obviously a popsicle stick, so I made them really narrow finger tails. I cut them in half the long way. So I ended up with pieces like this. And then I took those out and spray painted them. I used the Design Master Gold, Design Master Platinum, and Design Master Bronze, just like I said I was going to, and I got these 3 colors here. You can come in and take a closer look. Here's the thing, I did not love the bronze. I actually really don't recommend the bronze for much of anything. It's kind of just a brown. So what I did is I still used it, but after I had the dark brown, I just from high up gave a light coating of the gold to give it a little bit of a shimmer. Then I started placing these in rows on my cart. I started with more bronzes in the corners and worked to more silvers in the middle. I was originally going to fill in the whole thing, but I love seeing this pop of blue through here, and when I filled in the whole thing, it just didn't feel as special. So like I did with everything, like I did with my paper mosaic table and did with this, I laid them in without attaching them first. Laid them in lines. You could use a pencil and a ruler if you want to, but I didn't feel the need to. Then once I had them where I wanted them to, I just put a dot of glue on the back of them and stuck them down and let them sit. So now I'm going to bring in the glass tabletop and dress this. I love it because you can see my dining room is completely open to my kitchen. I can pull this up next to the table if we're having a party. I can put it out on the deck. It's not so fancy, you can't use it anywhere, but it has a lot of style. Let's bring the glass in and get it set for a cocktail.